Okay, this app is Answers HD, YesNo, and let's go ahead and go into the options here when you open up this program. Now this is a great app for people that are needing a device for communication, maybe children or adults even that are nonverbal and need the simplicity of two buttons on a screen to communicate. Really simple to set up and really easy to use, and it has you can record your own voice and so on. So let's run through the program and I'll show you how simple this is to do. First of all, let's go ahead and look at the yes/no button setup. Now this is a built-in feature that basically just says yes and no, like you can see on the screen there, but it comes with 5 different voices. So let's go ahead and go through the voices.
Yes. No.
And we'll go to the female.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
This is a cartoon character.
No.
Yes.
This is a girl.
No.
And the last one is a boy.
Yes. No.
And that is the way that you set up the yes and no buttons. We're going to leave it on the male on that one, and we'll go back out. Now those voices only apply to the yes/no button. Okay, so we have 2 other types of buttons. We have a favorite button and we have a lesson button setup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out to the program and I'm going to show you what I've set up so far, and then I'll show you how to make the buttons. So down the bottom of the screen here you have an option of 6 lesson plans, and within each lesson plan you have 6 screens, 6 iPads that you can put 2 buttons on at any time and make them appear any way you want. So let me show you what I've got set up here. I've got a simple food option menu set up here, so Burger King, McDonald's, TGI Fridays, Wendy's and so on. And when you click on this, if I now press Burger King, you'll notice 2 things. You'll notice that the button becomes the only button on the screen, and you'll notice that it has my voice on it. So watch the button again.
McDonald's.
And then it goes back to the split button. Now you can turn that option on or off simply by going into Program Options, and over here you have Big Button option, and you can have that display for 2, 4 or 6 seconds, and we have that on right now. I'm going to turn that off for the rest of this demonstration. We have 2 other very exciting things in this program: swipe left or right and swipe up and down. I'm going to leave those on and I'll show you how they work. And at any time you can turn these options on or off, obviously. So let's go back out and go back to what we created here. So we have McDonald's and Burger King. Now one way to navigate this is to go to Lesson Plans, and let's click on the screen we want, and then it'll go to that screen.
I would like to go to TGI Fridays, please.
And of course you can have it say anything you like, be it simple or complex.
I would like to go to Wendy's, please.
And then you can go back into Lesson Plan, and then you can pick another one from here. Another sample is without the pictures, you just have the words. You can also have it not speak if you're, program these buttons to be in a public place and you don't want the noise, but you're sitting with your child or the person that's using this, and they can just point to the buttons, which is great. And then go back into the lesson plans and go through. This is just an example of colored squares with white text and black text. Now the swipe option, if we go in, and you'll see I'm on Burger King here. Now if I use 2 fingers and I swipe the screen, you'll see that it clicks onto the next lesson, which is very neat. If you're familiar with the lesson plans, you can scroll through these very quickly. The other cool thing about this is that if you swipe up or down, it'll go between the boards that you make. So we've gone onto one here that is about emotions, and I'll show you. If we go back out to lesson plans, lesson plan 2 was what I just made here. So I switched between lesson plan 1, which was about the restaurants and so on, to lesson plan 2, which could be about food selection in the restaurants. If you're going to McDonald's, it could be chicken nuggets, chocolate milk, fries, and so on, simply by swiping up and down with 2 fingers on the screen like this. So that's a really cool option. And then of course you have your other lesson plans, which I haven't filled in, but you've got 6 lesson plans there. So let's go have a look at the emotion ones. I've set these up a little bit differently just so you can see some examples of the colors and stuff, and I'll swipe through this quickly. But we have happy and sad.
Happy. Sad.
And you'll notice that I've turned the large button option off, so both buttons stay on the screen the whole time. And we'll scroll through this.
I'm hot.
You'll see the different
I'm cold.
background changes when it's speaking, and then it goes back to normal afterwards. And you can make the background any color you like.
I'm so angry. I'm so excited. Happy.
Of course, you can just have word recognition.
Sad.
And so on. And you can, there's an example of 2 different colored buttons again. And you can just scroll through this, and if you want to go back to the main menu, the food menu, you just scroll up or down. And you'll see if we do this, we'll go through the 4 that I have nothing on until we come back to, this is the favorites one, and so on. Now, at any time, there's another lesson plan called favorites. So you could start out with lesson 1 where you're in McDonald's or you're in the restaurants and so on, and you're on this screen, and then you choose Burger King, for example.
Burger King.
And then if you click on the favorites button, it'll take you to another screen that has all of your favorite screens built into it. So that again could be, you know, menu selections and so on. And I've just set this up, I'll show you very quickly, to say a bunch of things with different backgrounds and different shapes and so on.
Hello. Goodbye. Red. Green. Up. Down.
You see the different colors on the thing, and even word recognition, of course.
What? When?
And you can make the buttons do anything you like. And of course we have our favorite kids here, well, a couple of them, Alexander. And Cameron.
Cameron.
Okay, so that's a brief overview of the buttons that I've set up. Now let me show you how easy it is to do this. Let's go back out into the options and go into program options, which we've already looked at. So we'll go back out of that one. And then let's go to lesson button setup, and we'll choose a new lesson plan, so lesson 3, and simply what you do is you click on the button. You'll see this is page 1. You can choose from any color up here of the background. You can have text and picture, text only, or picture only, and you saw some of those examples up there. So if you have text and picture, we'll show you simply that you type your word in, and it's waiting for a picture. You click on your camera, you go into your photo library, you choose a photograph, and it appears on there, and then you can record Morgan. You can play back to make sure that's okay.
Morgan.
And there you have it, and that button is set up. Once you're happy with the background, you can change the background at any time. You can change the color of the text from black to white. You go back out, and button 1 is done. You simply go on to button 2, choose a background color. Let's say you just want text, and we'll do test again. And this time we won't do any recorded voice. We'll leave the letters in black, and we're done on that one. So you can see we've just set up our first screen, and that is page 1 of lesson 3. So when you go back out now, all the way, you go to your lesson plan, you'll see down the bottom you have lesson 1, which is the food menus, lesson 2, which is the emotions and so on, and then lesson 3, which we just set up, and you click on this and it takes you to lesson 3. So really simple to set up, very easy to use, great for kids that are learning to use an AAC device maybe for the first time, and just an app that works really well. So that was my demonstration of Answers YesNo HD.